what have you seen are some of the business benefits to operating in a learning organization?
Let's say, why do clients like, when clients say we love Ketchum, what are they usually saying about our people, right? Usually what they're saying about our people is, those people bring me ideas that I haven't even thought of. They're always teaching me something ahead of the curve. Those people, gosh, I hadn't even thought of the fact that we could communicate in that way with our constituencies, and Ketchum's always bringing me ideas like that. Also, Ketchum is helping me understand how the web is changing communications, and so I'm, as a client, better able to achieve my goals and for my organization. So I would say, although they don't say, well, I'm sure they have a great learning program, I would say if you look through that into what is Ketchum doing so that our people can do that, is we are being very sure they know how to develop creative ideas. That's this risk process I was talking about that we're teaching in this race to make it real. And so the learning function is best perceived through client understanding that that service being provided is ahead of where the client is. One evidence of this right now is that this internal program I've been describing to you, we're beginning to have clients say, could we go through that too? Because they see that Ketchum has gotten a little bit ahead of the curve on creative and web services and communications, and they'd like to be a part of that. That to me is seeing the value of the learning function from the client perspective. I think it's a good way to think about it. And the other thing I would say, everything's changing at the speed of light. Everything's really complex. You know, this VUCA idea, velocity, uncertainty, complexity, ambiguity, characterizes our world, VUCA, you know. That kind of a world requires learning. But it can't just be learning that's nice to have. It has to be learning that achieves a business function in a structured way, achieves a business purpose. If you have that, then that's a critical business skill to deal with this VUCA world that we're in. If you're running the business and you've had whatever, you've lost a major customer or whatever, and you still have to deliver your margin either to the parent company or the market, right? You're going to cut costs. You just have to. And sometimes that's people. But with your ability to cut costs quickly and not affect the service to the client, it's easier to cut the support budgets first than to cut the client service budgets, because you know, well, that's actually clients paying for that in order to get that service. And the support budget's a little easier to say, you know, can't we do that for a little less this year? Now, my view is that when, in the instance of learning, if we get learning to where the agency or the organization understands, oh, this is a business critical process, they're less likely to cut it, because they're going to understand, wait a minute, that's helping us give the client what the client needs in this global, fast-changing world.
And that's where measuring ROI on learning becomes very important.
And making sure learning is on task with organizational purpose as an investment. When you're there, I think we're talking about years of, you know, adapting to this in the business community, because it's so still seen as primarily a support function, nice to have. But in forward-thinking organizations, you can begin to see, no, wait a minute, maybe we better have that, because unless our people know how to grow and learn, we're going to fall behind.